So what I want to do is, up here, so a lot of you know I filmed some incredible UFO activity here. This plane, brand new jet came through here at incredible speeds, right over my head. It was just 100 feet above me right here, not even. And it was chasing the U. I'm like, something's going on. Like, he's like, he's doing evasive maneuvers here. He's upside down there, going like this, and then turns in there. So I get my camera out, I'm like, something's going on. Then we see the UFOs. I get these, I'm talking perfect discs in the air, like flying right here, but just, extremely fast. So your eyes just don't pick up on it, but the camera does. So as you move the slide, it was easy. We tracked 3. They were all coming in the same line. It was just boom. And right up here, I got him absolutely perfect. There's no blur. There's no nothing. He's right there. And you can see, I guesstimated at approximately a mile a frame. So that's a mile a second, give or take. Just at a guesstimate on how fast these guys are just simply like cruising around. Like, I don't even think they're using their full abilities there at a guess. Let me see if I can do this. It's locked. I know, Yeti. Life is difficult. Ooh, that works well. Ooh, look at that. So what I want to do is keep an eye. I've witnessed a giant flying creature. When I was doing the UFO thing, I caught him on the video right there. He came out. This is why all this is going on. Military presence, circles in the air, evasive maneuvers right over my head, and this is all a no-fly zone and farms. So they got calls. Then I get this black thing. I'll do the footage for you over the winter. I got to refind it. Comes out of here flying. It goes here, and then it gets to the end that way. It goes straight down the face that way of the yellow there. But it does it so incredibly fast that it's almost unbelievable. And that's one of the points. Let me see if I can fix this. I'm going to leave it. It's going to be on an angle because of where it's the fence that I have it in. I don't think it really matters if we actually catch something. I'm going to leave that right there. Can I do that? Let's do that. It's a tough film right there because, I lose the sky. It's a yucky day. Something's going on, you guys. So here's the trick. I believe that, so it's hard to cover exactly how many things there is and situations, but it's a lot. And I believe that it's all done. And we were actually made they basically worked humans around all of that. So that's why we don't see anything. It's why our cameras barely see stuff. But although our cameras are way less fooled than our eyes are. Remember, you believe everything your brain tells you. Okay, I know that sounds silly, but you believe everything your brain. So if your brain processes something and sends it, it says, hey, this is what this is. Like, there's a bird over there. You believe it. You would die right there and then at your belief because your brain has told you so. Okay, this is the common mistake that almost every human makes. They use something called common sense, and if you want to know about the Earth, this is the trick. This is how you're fooled. You use logic and common sense. And I've determined on my own, not with the internet, not with anyone helping me, but by spending 5 years out there with them. I know they implant you. They tell you these things. They give it to you by telepathy. It just goes into your brain. I didn't believe it for years, even as it was happening. I'm in such denial that this can't be true. I must just know this somehow. This is the problem with people. We're just so simple, and it's not an insult. Please don't be insulted. Okay. You might be the most badass simple of all of us, okay? But you're still simple when it comes to the Earth. You just have to understand that. You got to stop taking things as insults and actually absorb the information because, it's all true and I'm right. You have nothing to lose by opening your mind. You're losing. They're winning because you don't believe. Their brainwashing was a success because you're not listening. Okay, I'll never tell you something that's not the truth. I show it, in fact. This was a little bit of a chat, yeah, but you know what? Let's move this over. I don't like this angle. Let's do this. Let's see if we can't get something on here today. I'm going to run the whole battery. I have full battery here. This is my old my good camera, but it only works for a little while. If I leave it here, it should be okay. If I'm not moving it, touching it. That's better. So they come out of there, especially when things are crazy. Now, I've done the drone. I have drone footage of that. It's just that it came out real bright or real dark. I can't remember. I couldn't tell because I was droning from miles away on the quad way up there. and I couldn't see my screen well, so, but just enough. So I thought it was okay. I get back and look at it. It's terrible. I may put some of that footage up in the winter. It's absolutely incredible up there, and it's way bigger than you think. It's just the top of that is a mile wide, just about. It's amazing how deceiving it is on the camera. So I'll shut up. Forgive me. Let's just see what happens. If I cut the video here, it's because I didn't see anything. I don't want to put that stuff up. If I can't see anything, because someone might, but I want it to be obvious. So I'm not really looking for something that might have flown by. I want it to be something good. We're done with now you can send me that, please. It's a learning thing, like we learn this way. So I'll know, what's flying out of there, even if I can't prove it to other people. At least I have it, and it helps my research and helps me learn how to film them again, things like that. What do you want? Oh. All right. Who's the good boys? Who's the good boys? sides. Is that? I'm good, thank you. I'm filming. Good. Could you make it down or no?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you just turned around.
Yeah, we're going back to Gypsum.
So you go up the steep hill with that?
Yeah.
Wow, good for you.
Yeah,
Cool. You must trust him. Cool. I just wanted to leave that there. They were really nice. She's like, the first guy was like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just filming." I passed them coming down. I couldn't believe that I saw an actual SUV, Toyota 4Runner, on this trail. Here, yeah. You got to see what it looks like at the bottom. It goes like this. It's literally sideways. You feel like you're going to flip over, and it's just these giant rocks and boulders. And the guy, I'm like, "You made it down there?" I thought maybe they had to turn around because it's that brutal. And then the same thing here. They have to climb this incredible hill. My quad barely makes it in low gear. All right, so this is a pretty brutal hill. I'm going to try to do it one-handed. You know, it's not horrible if you're on like a really, if you're an advanced rider and you're on a really good machine, but this thing's, if you're on an underpowered machine, it could be a little dangerous. So let's just see what happens one-handed. It's more of how steep it is on an underpowered machine. Wow, 4 low, she'll do it. Woo. Remember, I break down here, most likely two nice couples are not going to drive by again. So apparently this goes to Gypsum. I've been quite a ways. I don't know how to get to Gypsum. The structures are amazing right there. I've always wanted just to walk right in there. I'm still in low gear. This is the low on this thing. So it's a pretty good gig right there. But the four-wheel drive is kind of tough. So I'm in four-wheel pushed in. Pulling out is not four-wheel, so it's a little bit weird. It should be like I guess the four-wheel drive buttons didn't come in until a couple years after this. Otherwise, this is just an amazing quad. I would sell this to any one of you. I'm considering selling it. I don't want to. It's a money thing. Like I might have to sell it, so we'll see. I also somehow want to get a motorcycle. You know, not the one I want, of course, but just one for work. One that'll get me places that I can't get in a car. And you know, the bike is more reliable, and you can drive it, you know, on the road to go to the place that you want to go. You know what I mean? Like I don't have to. This I can get here because I drive a little bit illegally to get here. I have to drive all the way down the road and stuff. They live right there. Not right there, but right on the other side where you see the blue sky. On the other side, it's one of those downward hills, and we one day we filmed one of those gray type looking beings. He was like walking down the stairs, the wall. Remember that? Well, that's right over there. So they live in the ground there. There's no question about it. It's either in the ground or they have invisible buildings that we can't see, or our cameras. And I'm going to go ahead and go, I'd like to choose the ground. It's an amazing thing that we've been dumbed down to under the ground. It's because you've dug worms in your backyard, things like that. That's what you think the dirt is. But in strategically picked, not even picked, but strategic spots in the earth, there's giant worlds that I think in some cases would scare you and in other cases would blow your mind of sheer beauty alone. They so made that. I'd like to put a tripod on that for about 2 days and see what happens. So let me show you something. It's really windy. It's coming through this valley. Let's get out of that. So I don't know what clips I put in. I'm kind of just out. I'm not really riding around or anything, but I've been just kind of just like driving, and then I'll just park and sit there. Park and sit there. Park, sit there. Nothing's happened. But I wanted to come in here and show you something cool. So for some reason, on this trail, there's really hardly any structures until you go way, way in there. Like I'm not doing that today. Like really far away, and then all of a sudden you start coming to where those homeless people are and stuff. But for some reason, this aspen forest, I've been watching it for a long time. You can only get here on a 4-wheeler. Has these structures here, and I see X's along the way, markings, lots of leanings. This is what I see. I was about to tell you before I even saw it. There's better examples, but I'm seeing this everywhere. A leaner into what looks like a trident, okay? Look at these piles of dirt. Look how fresh those piles of dirt are. Like it's just the leaves from today are on there. See, look at the dips in the middle. They all have the dips in the middle. That's why they're filling with leaves. Look. The one I kicked had a dip and I messed it up. Something's happening here. Just take a quick look. Is this a waste of your time? Maybe. So if you want to, because I don't know what's happening. Dirt. I remember seeing excessive amounts of dirt in the fall. That's where right there. See, people aren't thinking. Oh, animals don't dig giant piles of dirt and then dump it there from above. And then to do it in the fall. Like, it's about to be wintertime. Like, this would have been done already. It's done in the spring and the fall. I left all my gear. I gotta be careful because this is a protected place where a bear will be. It's like a nice, what I call oasis. In a place where there's not a lot of trees, this is a place where he would be for sure. Would he attack me? Nah. Never happened. Look at the size of that pile of dirt. All right, so I just wanted to... The more blatant structures in here are through there, and I probably won't even show you because, just trust me, you've seen the same structures before. Some pretty impressive ones, though. So look at these piles of dirt. So first of all, look where the pile of dirt is. It's got 2 sticks in it. See how the sticks are just laid there? Don't you see it like I see it? There's a trident right there. All right. There's an X on the ground. This is a spot. Look at the dirt on top of the stick. It is a foot on top of it, practically. That's a giant X on the ground. This is open and hidden from the world and hidden from that trail. I'm 150 yards or so now. It's so hidden. Look at those rocks. I mean, these rocks up here are just bizarre. Why is there just rocks there? There's no rocks anywhere else, but I can't really do it that way. Where is it? There we go. The sun's in my eyes. They do that. It's so very easy to figure out after you've been out standing here doing nothing except trying to figure them out for 5 years. You start to figure out certain things, okay? There's one there. There's one or two right there that you can't see. They're all on the exact same line. There's another one there. You can tell they're all just piled up. I don't know about this one. I haven't seen it yet. That looks made to me too. I can't see it well. See how it just looks bizarre? There's nothing else there. How is there all these bizarre piles? 1, 2, 3. It's them. X, open, wallow. New dirt. 2 sticks. Can't explain. Can't explain. I think it's love. Try to say it to you when I feel blue, but can't explain. Can't explain. I'm dizzy in the head, not feeling bad. There's a song I haven't heard in a long time. Hey, I'm really happy with this. I knew coming in here, I'm like, I'm just going to film this, but I'm not going to put it in a video. I think I am now. Look at the dirt. None of this is an X. It's not even on the ground, okay? None of it's on the ground. And there's dirt on top of it. Look at this. Dirt under it. And then the overwhelming evidence to show that I'm exactly right. Watch this. I mean, I don't know if I am or not. Look, I know I'm standing in the middle of their spot. That's what I can tell you. What else really matters at this point? I'm bringing the camera into their home, where they go, unarmed, no weapons. Look at this thing. Oh, this is their power. This is the power plant. Look. See, this is just a couple dudes in here. Big guys, in my opinion. Look at what's coming out of the power plant. And there's more dirt on the power plant. There's a lot of dirt around the power plant. There's the base of the X, of one of the TP structures, and it's touching all of this, just like it always does with an X. Never defers. You can make up anything you want. I'm telling you exactly what it is for a fact, a proven fact. Okay. Stop being a human. It's embarrassing. You know what's not embarrassing? Our feelings, how we can love, that kind of stuff. The things that make us kind of human. That's not embarrassing to me at all. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But it's everything else that you need to stop being a human about, like the way you think. If you want to know the earth, if you don't care, then don't worry about it. Just go troll videos for the rest of your life. It's fine. We need somebody to laugh at. See, this whole forest is bizarre. There's no way really to see. I know it looks open, but it's also very secluded. There's no way to see here. So in a sense, see how look at the piles. Look how they're on the side of this mountain, the little hill here. It's so weird. There's no, look, there's so much dirt. If this was an animal, in the last 5 years, I would have seen one of them by accident. Because there'd have to be hundreds or thousands of them here. And just like at the ranch, I see them all the time. So many of them, every day. They could care less, those guys. They'll come up right there even, and they'll be like, choop, they'll go right down. They don't care. But you see them all the time, because they're not that smart. Dirt everywhere in here. Trampling everywhere. You guys are something with the dirt. Just remember when I'm dead, and they tell you that was the most important thing that's ever happened to the world, that Mark Abel is the one that found it first. That's all. I don't want any notoriety now. I just want I want my kids to think I'm cool once I'm dead. That's all. I really do. I want my family like, oh, Mark wasn't such an idiot. Look at that. I don't think they think that, but just in case. I think anyone wants that. It's like the dad that has the perfect relationship with his kid, which we all don't always get because sometimes our kids are much different than us. I feel like me and my son are pretty close. For us, he's a lot like me. He's very independent. He has his own house. He's 24. He's always done his own thing. He's got kids, everything. And we're close, he can text, call, I'm going to see them for Christmas. Yes, I'm going for Christmas. I'm telling you for the first time. See, here we go. Tell me that's not bleeding. Look, you can see the different piles being dumped. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're being dumped from a sack. Some kind of sack, carrying cloth sack. That's an X, you guys. Okay. There's no dirt around it anywhere else. Just on that X. I'm not gonna keep doing the dirt thing. I'm really not. I didn't mean to today, over the dirt. How could it be a coincidence? There's a beautiful, beautiful X right there. It's hard to see on the camera. It's being blocked by the other trees. All right, enough's enough. I needed to see what was back here, because right over past that drops off. And then I filmed that from the other way. And I filmed, that's when I remember the Bigfoot stomped. Right, I was filming. Oh, there's a little chippy. See, chipmunks even have little holes. I can see his hole, it's right there. He doesn't have any dirt or anything. It's just a hole that he's probably lived in for like forever. There's something going on right in there. It's being blocked by the bushes, but if you look closely, you can see it's all like being laid out on the ground. So when I zoomed from that forest over there, I was somewhere up there, this way, which gives you a great shot, all of a sudden, boom, on the ground, right next to me. I was like, holy, oh my God, I started running. That's the only time I've ever run. I don't know if it was I can't remember if I ran on camera. I think I did. Everybody knew. There was no fake in that video. And why did he do that? He was right next to me the whole time. They were. Why did they do that? Because he knows his buddy over here was in danger, Grandpa. He looked like an old one. I was going like this right at Grandpa. They know exactly where each other are. I don't know how they do it. I think it's telepathy. I think sometimes they echolocate. I think there's some infrasound out here. I think they could literally go, yo, there's an idiot right there in a quad. Duck. And you can't hear it. Things like that. And believe me, yeah, that's what they said. There's another human here. My God, look at these people. You know, like we're thinking we're like on top of that. We're the most advanced species. Meanwhile, there's like universes that are like 1 billion years old. You know, it's like we're as dumb as a fly, like an insect, compared to, I'm sure, some other, I'm making this up, but compared to some other civilizations, ones that we might not ever know about. Think about, I bet you there's civilizations. You guys ever think about this? I'll bet you there's civilizations out there so far away, like different, call it a universe, whatever you want, so far away that if things progress normally, and you know, we got through all our politics and stuff like that, eventually, you know, say in 1 million years from now, like we're teleporting, like things are just crazy. Yo, look at that. I'm glad I kept talking and rambling. This is kind of like a vlog while I show you stuff. Dirt everywhere. This dirt is slightly older than most of the dirt. It's just like it's been rained on once or twice. It got wet once or twice. It doesn't really rain much here. So check this out. Unreal. I missed it. That's why, you know, if you've been to a spot and you think you're like, oh, that place is great, I love it, but I've been there, go back. You missed it, believe me. Never not go back. Here's the other end. Watch this. So there's that teepee, right? Well, right next to it, I thought it was connected from back there. It's not. Right next to it, that's why I missed it, is a Trident X hidden, connected to the rest of the forest with piles of dirt on the connections. Giant leaders, teepees. You guys see that? What about the teepee in the other video, today's video? Well, the one I put out this morning, which you probably won't. So that'll be like the other day by the time you watch this. Look at this. All right, sorry. I was saying something and then I had to turn the camera off. Look at that. It just overlooks the spot. It's so blatant how those are set up, like bunkers. But see, they can do everything naturally, because the only thing that will make you turn your head is something that's not natural. You're looking for structures. You want to see a UFO. You're just not. The knowledge was never there. You were told it was not possible. But think about it. Sasquatch has been used too much. It's even if you didn't watch me and didn't know for sure based on my videos. Sasquatch has been used since the beginning of everything. For commercials, to be put in movies, TV. Now he's on Slim Jims. They literally mention Bigfoot or Sasquatch even in a joke in just about every show on TV at some point or another. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. I do, because I do this. No matter what I do or where I go, I'm hearing Bigfoot or Sasquatch. And even if it's people that are just using the term thinking that it's not real, it's become a huge thing. It's always been being implanted slowly into us. Always. It's people can't handle the truth. Apparently Jack was right. They just can't. They can't handle. Look at the way they're handling the world now. You know what it is? There is no truth. That's the problem. I think it's people probably could handle the truth. It's that we don't know what the hell the truth is. If we knew what everything was, it's kind of blatant. Then we can maybe handle things a little better. So I don't just blame people like, oh, he's so stupid, he can't unlock his brain. Well, it's not even just his fault. It's generations and generations and maybe thousands of years of instilled, planned, big time planned brainwashing. Why? Because all we are is a bunch of organized slaves, in my opinion. For what? I'll tell you the one I know for sure. Okay. What resource? Gold. There's 2 truckloads. I'm sorry. It's more than trucks. Incredible. It's like trillions or billions of dollars in gold leave someplace in South Africa every single day, and they're never seen again. Every single day. The trucks leave, and there's no record of where the gold is, and it's all covered up. Just Google it. You'll see. It's all real. Al Roker didn't tell you, so you think it's not true. That's the unbrainwashing. It's very simple. Realize it. Just realize that every single thing you know about this earth has been exaggerated, completely lied to you about, just so you stay you. You're a docile, routine person. That's all it is. That's all we are. All right, I want to see the most amazing place I've ever found, but yet I still can't get there. I got drone footage, but it's pretty bad. I think I'll put it. It was good footage, but the lighting on it was like the second real flight I ever took, and I didn't know that you could, like, as you're flying on the controller, if you hit the dial, it adjusts the brightness. And I think I either made it too bright or too dark. I can't remember, but maybe if you guys are interested, I'll show you. All right, now let me explain, okay, what it takes to get here. It looks easy, but it's not. It's all rocks, right? And it's straight uphill. And I didn't even know you could do it. I kind of cheated at first. And it went off this trail that was closed, off the main trail, because I know it's all rocks. Like, I'm not going to hurt anything. And then eventually I came back to this. I hooked up with this other trail that I think I know leads back. Like, I think I know where it comes from, which I never knew came up this far. So it's an amazing thing I found it. Let's go in here a little bit and show something. So this is, I don't know if you guys, yeah, you have this. Anyone that's really following me, or you've seen those winter videos from the trailer or whatever, and I'm zooming to this flat top. Well, this is it. This is this side of it. I'm zooming from 5 miles that way up. And it's just, like I said, I've said before, it's so much bigger than you can imagine out there. Up there, I mean. It's this incredible. Now I know for sure after watching the drone, like, how incredible the structures are. The X's, I think I time-stamped a couple of them. One of them even moving, because, they've never had anything like that happen before. A bear had just been here recently. He's around. Oh, sorry. There's a hole there where that rock came in. I zoomed into my shadow. Look at this. Look at this. This is a place where people can't be. Look at these valleys. These unused, beautiful valleys. I'm so happy that I got here. Oh, look. I had my eyepiece. I could follow him. There's a hawk or a vulture over there. So watch. So this whole place is so special, and there's no way to get there. So this is what I'm doing, is seeing, is it possible? This goes straight down. It's possible. It's so brutal. That's about a mile just from the bottom to the top. 3/4 of a mile. And then once you get up there, it turns into trees like that. Once, oh, here he is. No, he's there. It's a hawk. I love hawks. They have like sometimes they have like that one part of their wing that has a gap. Oh, he comes back. I don't know why I did that whistle to him. Gorgeous. I don't know if I'm filming him because of this camera, but man, you got to see that with your eyes. With like the mountains behind it, it's just unbelievable. He's on some good wind up there. I'm blocked completely right now, but there's a real nice breeze, and you can tell he's really enjoying it. He has to make no effort. He's actually, what he'll do is they turn in to the wind. If it's like there's a real wind coming, so that he turns in. I watched him. He just went dunk, and he went up instantly like 20, 30 feet without even trying. And he's already got, so he can just fly forever. He doesn't have to even flap his wings. Look at that. I don't know if you can see him, but he's up. I mean, he's up. I don't know, at least 100 yards higher than he was just 5 seconds ago, and he hasn't even flapped his wings. So it's flying these birds. It's an amazing thing. Everything's a miracle, and we just look right past it and take it all for granted. Not all you got, a lot of us. Me, I'm guilty. I don't think much is as much anymore, but. Oh, that's a nice piece of quartz right there. Or whatever it is. Look at the pink. Very cool. Pretty. Well, there's probably a bear. Whether it looks like it or not, because I don't know what else could do that here. And I'm seeing that he was here recently. All those rocks have been flipped over. This is where they are, because you know why? Because look, they can be, like he could be within 100 yards of me, and you'll never know it, because all of that stuff is much taller than you think. Like those trees over there are 20 feet tall. In the video, it just looks like you'd be able to see someone walking through there. You wouldn't see anything. It would have to be like right here. You just won't see it. I mean, you can see, like, I'm not gonna go crazy, okay? But you can see, so the pine, it's real pine forest there. It gets completely flat. It's the most unique mountain structure type of place here. So not only that, okay, but it goes up there. It looks like it just goes down, but it actually at the top just drops completely off. I've seen it from that side, and then it goes into this, right, which I'll bet you is just incredibly heavily structured. They're going to make sure because they set up for other unseen world beings. They're going to make sure that there's no way to go through there. So obviously, with the way the war set up, the way they look like they're set up for a war, I would guess that it's not just, they're just not popping out of the ground all the time. Not some. That's the confusion. That's why people argue. Like, look, this is just hypothetical. Like, oh, I saw him, he went right into the ground. Well, my Bigfoot, they come from over there. They walk from 3 miles. It's like, and then they're going to argue. This is a terrible analogy, but then they'll argue and literally death threat each other. And they're both right, because they think that they're dealing with deer. Here's the bottom line. Stop putting yourself so much higher up than everything else. You're not better than everything else on this earth. Okay, stop murdering innocent animals for fun out in the forest, okay? It's not okay. Man, there's been everything here. Elk, bear, coming up. So maybe this is where these elk come through. Because these giant herds, you never see them. They're probably sneaking through all this stuff. Let me tell you something. That's incredible out there. There's 2 hawks out there right now. That is the secret kingdom. That. Wait till I get there. See, that's the thing. All right, it'll take me, I think I could get from here to over there walking in 2 hours. About 2 hours. It don't gauge it by the video. Okay, it's much bigger than you think. And then this from right past these bushes, this goes straight down. So I don't think going down will be too hard. You know, you can kind of hold on to the bushes and then just get down and then get back up. And then see, here's the thing. You know, you're gonna be dead by the time you get up there. And you know, what are you gonna do? Just look around? I gotta go all the way up in there, man. So I gotta figure this out. I think I'll take someone with me. You know, I want these places like in these beautiful, I mean, they're unbelievably beautiful. I don't mean to emphasize, but it's that beautiful. You guys, look at that. You know why? Because no person has ever been there before. You know what I mean? Like, people can't go there. That's why it's beautiful. Wherever people can go, it's destroyed. It's amazing. Any campsite, anywhere people go, you know, over time has been completely destroyed. So these patches, these pine patches, some are incredible. In the middle of those are incredible places to go. And then of course you can't see it from here, but there's all pines once you get past those aspens, and you can see, I think you can see one of them there. And I was on the drone seeing amazing things. That's a special place. They're watching me. I know it because I can feel it. It happened like halfway into being here. I was like, "Psst, like, what are you doing?" I don't know what I feel. I just know when they're eyes on, especially now because my tinnitus goes up a decibel. I'm gonna tell you how I'll tell you, but I can't explain. But what I found was a trail that's no longer accessible. It's like above where I live, but you know, I'm probably 6 miles straight to the ranch right there. Maybe more, I'm not sure. But anyway, so it's incredible, right? I've been seeing things. I almost stopped to shoot something. I was like, now let me explore today. It's Sunday. And then I come to this. And you know, you can tell, there's just no one's been here. I love this, okay, that I have my own trail now. Okay, so they did this. They're making sure, look what they did. On this one, they really made sure you weren't going by. That's why I got my gear. I've been out all day and I'm still gonna go. And if this doesn't start when I get back, I'm spending the night right here. Because it's too far. So look at something dug there. So they did everything to make sure. So they put 2 logs down first. They're probably watching me because there's no way whoever put this here, they're probably somewhere near here. But let's walk up the trail just a little bit and see why. And then they put, not only that, but they got 2 more under this side. How could there be 2 trees under that side and there's 3 under that side? 3 under that side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually. But anyway, that's an X. So they told you they did it. And they also made it so there's no, because a lot of times what people do, if it's used, they'll go around it. And they made sure that you couldn't go around. In fact, the end is really high up. You cannot get around it. There's no way to get around it. Not on that quad. I could winch it out. I don't want to though. See, that's the thing. I have a winch, but I'm not going to do that because I don't want anyone coming up here. I do what they say. He told me, they're saying, listen, man, this is where we live. Stop driving that shit up our trail. So I'm going to respect that and walk up the trail and annoy them that way. So I probably won't go too much further. Here's what you see. About 100 yards up. So blatant right here. And then the real deal, see, this is climbing. I've got to go up here, man. This is look at this trail. Forgotten about, closed down. I love it. It's so gorgeous here, but so brutal at the beginning. Like when you're halfway up, you're like, oh my God, like, hope I don't get, because you could get a flat tire. Man, I sure hope that was a bug. Something just tapped me on the back of my neck. And it was the weirdest thing. The one behind me. I think it was a bug that hit me. Or like a leaf hit me the right way. Like a leaf, like swirling down, just happened to stab me with the stem. Where are you guys hiding? So I could move that log, maybe not today, but next time I come. See, they're there. Look at that. But I don't want to. See, I'm paralleling what I was just showing you. That incredible mountain over there, that valley is right over there. I'm right on top of it still, and this goes up even further. If that goes that way, that's like a miracle. Not to mention I have it all to myself. This is like having your own property, because it's finally a place that nobody can find. Like a trail, like where I'm not gonna have to worry about anybody. I'll tell you, even those trails, you really don't, I mean, I could be out all day and never see one person. But this is nice to know. And I would think it'd be more blatant here. Which tells me it's just a little further up the road. They're not gonna put the block, you know, where the world is. I gotta go up there. Even if I walk it one day. I'm thinking that's what I'll do. I'll come up, park right there again, and then walk it. This is bear central. Okay, this is where all the bears are right here. Not all of them, but this type of place. I've seen them here, not here, but like in the same forest, and I've also, which I don't see them a lot with my eyes, but I've seen them a couple this summer. This summer was the record for bears for me. But I see the evidence. You know, like where they move every log, every rock. You know, see their poop, things like that. I don't see the poop. You'd be surprised how little I actually bump into it. The bear scat. I mean, I've found probably 100, but whoa, look at that. That thing just turned. You see the jet stream? I don't know if you can see it on the camera. You know how fast that thing's going? It's like a jet. It's a military jet. He just banked like the craziest corner. I can't follow him without my eyepiece. That dude is flying. He made that instantly. You guys, it comes right out of the ground over there. He came right from like it goes right down into the mountains. I'm not saying came out of there, but he was real low to the ground before he ascended. So there's your evidence. Gotta go up. These are just markers. And the X is pointing exactly where I know I have to go. Or shot. Look how blatant. So not only that, but look. That one's being held up on top of that stump that goes that way. It's not possible. Not only that, but all of this is connected way through there. It goes way out there. There's probably one looking at me. They gotta be. At the same time, it's possible or not, because what I see, I'm not always right, but what I see is just the marker, like they're very close. That's what I see, but not right here. So they know I'm here, of course, but I don't really have any goosebumps or anything. Not getting any feelings. I know a GoPro would be better for this, but I can't carry, you know what I mean? When's it end? I just can't carry a GoPro. I got too many other, I don't use it enough, you know? But it'd be cool if it was like, if I had like one permanently mounted, but I don't use it enough because I don't have a trailer or things like that. So let me just film a little bit. I just want to see, you know, you never know, like, is there one right there? You know, sometimes, things like that. Yes, is the answer. So there's my favorite place. You can see them. There's that incredible valley with one of the most amazing forests that it's never been touched by humans above it. But I can't get there as of now. I'm going slow on purpose. Otherwise the camera will be so bouncy. So in here you start to see their structures, you know, like, it's weird, they're just like, there's real structures in there. I didn't go in there, but the walking is crazy. Let me show you something. No bears, please, because I'm not bringing any guns. 99.99999 times a bear you won't even see him up here. He'll run the other way before you get a chance to see him. but you never know. Oh yeah, see, you come to the structures, and it's all being walked on. Things are sitting here. Look how old they are, the wood. Doesn't mean the structures are old, remember that. But the wood is blatant. Right there. See, there's something I've always known about, especially deeper into this forest, which I can see from another mountain. Deeper in here has these incredible pine trees. There's two of them right there. And the ones that are deep in there, it really looks like something's happening. Like they're spots, you know, like they're focal places like in the forest. It's all aspens, and then you come to one of these things. These don't look like there's much activity, but the walking through here is pretty crazy. Everything's trampled down here. All right, so they have a leaner up to it. Two. A leaner. See, I told you this. These things are always important to them. Remember, they're not all big. That's the catch. In fact, I'm starting to wonder just how many of them are big. I've seen the big ones in my eyes, so I know they exist. I've never seen the little ones, except on other, like people that weren't doing this, like where the accidents happened. I've seen amazing videos have been sent to me privately too, of videos in people's houses even that have had little like gnome-like creatures. There's three leaners here. There's trails leading in. Could be game, but it's really an activity place. Oh yeah, see, it's all theirs. It's a trident. Wow, that tree is a trident. Look, it's a really nice one too. It's a trident. Wow. All right, and then look, 1, 2, 3. It's a teepee structure. 4. See, this is like other central in here. See, you can't penetrate that way. They got everything sideways, and it's very difficult to walk through. Unless you want to come back with 5 million things. Those little Barbie things. Those things that attach to you. Look, trident X in the aspens. Really cool. This video wasn't supposed to be, so I know it's not like, you know, the most amazing thing you've ever seen, but it's pretty interesting. It's good to, you know, to learn every aspect of this. The people that have followed me, in my opinion, like the most, oh look, same thing on that tree. Wow, what are the chances, guys? I have found the same thing before, not far from here. You know, miles, but not, right? Teepee structure. Teepee structure. Walking to both. So it looks like it's, I gotta see the open. Teepee structures. All of these are just put there. It's a trident. 3 right here. So there's 4, exactly the same amount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 on that one. But that one's a freaking trident. I'm way up here, you guys. This is my forest. I think that's why I'm doing the video in a place that doesn't have the best visuals, because this is a place where I never, ever, I might be able to establish something, you know, because it'll only be me coming up here, you know. Ow, there's prickers back here too. I can't really explain it. It looks like it's all here, you see. There's another X too, right there. Somewhere in there's an X. What about that teepee with on a trident? The trident's over there, and then another teepee there. Look how those 3 are all together, and one of those 3 is also a trident, fork type thing. Hey, forget about it, huh? All right, so there's no doubt about it. You can call it game, whatever you want. That all around these structures and those giant pines with the teepee. It's weird. It's field gold. You know, everything's a trident. You know, and field gold and X's and stuff like that. It's very hard. Like a regular person that didn't know about the subject would never look in this forest and think anything was wrong. You have to literally walk up to the stuff. They did it so well, and then it's just crazy walking in and out. Where most of this trail you can't really, you can, but it's not as easy. This is easy because it's been done so many times. So I could call it game, call it forest being. Something's walking all the time around those things. You could never find this. It took me a long time to figure out there was a trail here that no one knew about. Someone used to know about it. Well, you know what it is? They closed it. That's a real work day today with this thing. I didn't ride like at all. I just, you know what I mean? Like there's no fun because I don't want it, any wear and tear. I want it for this. So, you try to enjoy the ride to where you're going, but it's pretty brutal. Sometimes where I'm filming it looks good, but like here it begins to go straight down and then it becomes all rocks. I gotta go 2 hands. All right, so there's a little story here. Look at this. My cast will fall off. Right? The whole thing's full of cams, right? So is that. So way up there, they must have been at least a mile to 2 miles above this when I first came up. This elderly couple, they had walked all the way up there. They must have been in their 80s, 85. And they're carrying this, picking up garbage on the side of the road. Unbelievable amounts of garbage. She's like, people were just flying by us with smoke, like no one even slowed down. They're like, thank you so much for stopping, because I stopped literally to thank them, just backing up so I'm not getting drowned out, for what they were doing. I couldn't believe what they were doing, spending their Sunday all the way up. There's not one piece of garbage for the next 2 miles. And I just couldn't believe it. I was just so thankful for some reason. They're like, oh my God, are you kidding? Thank you for stopping. Everyone was smoking us out. And so this is what I'm doing. My good deed. I said, please don't carry that, you guys. So they did. I expected to see it a long ways away. They carried it all the way down. And I said, please leave that somewhere. I'll see it. I'll take it all for you. They're like, oh my God. She's like hugging me. Like they were so nice. Chilling on a Sunday. This is me. Just chilling right here. Little tripod I found is cool. I found at Walmart or bought at Walmart. It's perfect. It's $10. I love it. Walmart's other tripod that's like $30. It looks really cool, but it's the biggest piece of crap. Don't ever buy it. I've bought in 2, which you guys have barely even ever seen used because they broke. Oops. Sorry, I got gloves on too. Remember, let's talk about something real quick. Speed, okay? The way they are. It's not what you expect, okay? Stop having expectations or thinking something's going to be a certain way. That's your fault. That's why you don't understand. It's why you're lost. Everything with them is not what you think. They can move at incredible speeds. The whole entire forest can adjust for one person. We are in slow time, believe me. You come down, everyone knows. It takes them 1/1000th of a second just to go like this. They could be behind you before you even turned around. He's out of sight. I mean, they are incredibly fast. You have to ever see one, you have to rely on mistakes. Now, when they're not being fast, they're just like everybody else. Like if they're just chilling by that thing, he's gonna walk around just like you are. And again, I can't apply it to all of them. It's some of them are like lightning fast. It's unbelievable. So this dirt's everywhere, guys. I don't know what to think of it. I'm willing to, it seems to be being dumped from underground all over the place. And mostly around where their structures are. So is that a coincidence? I don't know. Look, and then you can barely see it from here if you look careful. These woods all have structures I showed you on the way in. There's your X. So I'm just chilling, seeing if they make a noise. It's such a beautiful Sunday, you guys. I will not stay in that trailer, even though I don't really have a truck. So I'm just kind of out doing a little sightseeing. And see if anything else happens. Otherwise, I got a couple clips I'm throwing together. I wanted just to get the quad out. I really had to take the quad out because I made a mistake. So one thing about this quad is it's got an unbelievable battery. Like quads, motorcycles, everyone will tell you that's owned them and use them, the battery. Eventually, they all go dead. And this one doesn't for some reason. It's so bizarre. It just doesn't. It sat all winter. I never started it one time. And then, because my choke was broken, it's the one catch with this. It was if it's cold, it starts the second you touch it. But if it's cold, it needs the choke, like in the winter. And so I was like, I didn't feel like dealing with it. So I never started it, never trickle charged the battery, nothing. Springtime, boom, it started up instantly. Not only that, but it had tons of battery left. If for some reason, this battery, I gotta look at it. It's an amazing battery. But I left the key on and my lights on one day when I was trying to help at the farm for like 2 hours, and it just killed my battery, and it's been dead. And I have a pull start on this, thank God. So I really need to go out for a ride. It's the best way to recharge it. If your charging system's working well, always do it that way. Whenever you put a charger, unless it's a trickle charger, if you're putting on a 6-volt battery, you're probably going to damage the battery. And then what other people do is they make a mistake. They use a 12-volt jumper for a quad, which you can do. It will start the quad, but it'll fry the battery typically. Like you won't even know it, but like that, your battery, like so your quad's running, but the battery's not going to charge. So don't use those 12-volt jump kits on your battery. It's probably not the best idea. You can switch. Some of those jumpers has a switch, and you can switch to 6-volt. That's how I do it anyway. But I don't need to. So just by driving this, the battery's back perfect. So. Will you hear that in a video? Probably not.